Amir, see, whatever happened between me and him was a certain misunderstanding and the fault is completely mine. Don't even know who Anna Hazare is. And I think I myself am a corrupt person. I'm pretty much interested only in my welfare and I don't think about society or... A lot of people say I've got a very great sense of humor, that's what they say. There are two things I don't believe in, one is in marriage and one is in fans. We share a love-hate relationship. I love him and he hates me. Ajay Devgan in his today's image might be overcast for that. Since I made Sholay into RGV Ki Aag, then now I'll make RGV Ki Sholay. If I were not a filmmaker, I would have died by now.
We've taken some questions from your fans on Twitter, Mr. Varma. Darshan Purohit, what's RGV's take on Anna Hazare and Baba Ramdev and their movement of Lokpal Bill?
To start with, I first of all don't even know who Anna Hazare is, you know. And I don't know what the fight is for. I don't know an iota of what the Lokpal Bill is about. Because I'm pretty much interested only in my welfare and I don't think about society or what's happening in the country and all that, you know. And I think I myself am a corrupt person, so I don't know moral stand to speak about corruption.
Corrupt in what way?
In which way? See, corrupt is what? Corrupt, I feel, for me, by definition, is about you're using your position to take advantage of something. To that way, I believe every human being is corrupt in various degrees. So now then, as long as that is proved, to make such a big, huge noise about what it is about, in my view, see, because I'm not taking that as an issue, I'm not taking it as my profession, I'm not taking that up as that's how I want to live my life. I live my life only to make my films, and I'm not interested in anything else except that. So I have no clue. I have no interest in what Anna Hazare is about, what his movement is about, and what anything, and I have no knowledge of it. Let me put it that way.
Saif K, will he ever leave the dark underworld, crime, etc. space and try and different genres such as comedy or something?
I really think I'm very funny. I mean, a lot of people say I've got a very great sense of humor. That's what they say. You know, I'm not saying, you know.
You have, in fact.
But I don't know if my kind of sense of humor, if I can ever capture it on cinema. I'm not saying I won't, but I want to see it. Like I would someday love to make something like the Dr. Strangelove of Stanley Kubrick as my all-time favorite comedy. You know, to make a film on that serious a subject, a comedy, I think it's incredible. You know, but yes, definitely I have an affinity more for thrillers or gangster or scary films, definitely. But I would like to think Not a Love Story is a very new kind of film I made. At least it doesn't fall in the pattern, because if you're dealing with professional criminals, you know, or political gangsters like in a Sarkar or Rakta Charitra, here you're talking about two just very ordinary people involved in something like that. So to that extent, I would say Not a Love Story is a very new genre of a film I made.
And I believe Bhoot 2 finally now you're doing, Vikram Bhatt is not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that development?
I don't think that was the issue. Whether Vikram Bhatt is making or not was never an issue.
Because you were making some other film.
See, anyone can make to whatever they want to make. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about we're all living in a free country, and so I don't think why should anybody have an issue.
Okay, but now you're calling it Bhoot 2, or because you had coined another.
I mean, the title and all that is not being fixed. It's more like you see, but it's in the same genre.
Producers will be Nitin Manmohan.
No.
You'll be producing it yourself, someone else?
Producing myself.
And a department, you've started the shooting?
Yeah, I started the shooting.
How's it flowing now?
Yeah, department, pretty much I'm shooting with the same technology what I've used in Not a Love Story.
Okay, the same camera?
Same cameras.
Okay, that is interesting.
And without a DOP. In Not a Love Story, I kind of started experimenting with what these cameras are capable of doing. In department, I think I'm taking them to a state where one cannot imagine what kind of shots and are possible with that.
Okay, so has Mr. Bachchan shot so far for
no,
you?
He's shooting in September first week.
September
I
first week.
started with Sanjay Dutt and Rana.
So they have already shot with this new technology. Venkat Nagu B, how is his alter ego Subbarao?
Oh, well, Subbarao is I think I already explained that, to you. It's like he's my neighbor's wife's son's father.
It's a real character?
I tell you. Anyway, I think everyone knows who Subbarao is, so let's not, I think let's keep it that way.
Darshan Purohit, once again, do you believe in marriages? Would you like to share your views about companionship with your fans, please?
There are two things I don't believe in. One is in marriage and one is in fans, to start with. Okay, marriage I don't believe. I think it's anything of a commitment I don't like. You know, I don't. Even a fan is a commitment, because a fan will have an expectation, and I don't live my life to live up to someone's expectations. You know, and the same thing goes to the marriage. So I hate the word marriage and fans equally.
I won't use the word fans anymore. All right, one of the people they've also asked, quite a few in fact, that can we see you working with Anurag Kashyap once again?
See, I think we share a love-hate relationship. That is, I love him and he hates me. Okay, so because I love him and any day I want to work with him. So the other side you have to ask him. Having said that, actually we both together, yesterday we were together and we decided to do something together.
Okay, so he'll write for you, or?
First time I'm talking about it, yeah.
Okay, so you guys meant to work together?
Yeah.
So yes, Zayed 178, when RGV is going to work with Amir again?
See, I think pretty much I answered this lots of times, and I mean, as far as Amir thing is concerned, so it won't happen for various reasons. But the point is nothing to do with me wanting to work and him not working, or it's like that. I've been telling this since from 10 years. Amir, see, whatever happened between me and him was a certain misunderstanding, and the fault is completely mine. But the kind of passion he has, and the kind of commitment he has, and the kind of patience he has to get things still right, I don't have that. I'm not as honest as him. I'm not as towards filmmaking. I'm not as committed as him. So I just have fun most of the time, and which is very serious about his work. So I think forgetting about who wants to work with whom, keeping that aside, I think I will be complete misfit and inappropriate to work with Amir.
Drav, Love Yourself, will Bhoot 2 star Urmila?
No, I don't think the casting or anything is fun. And it's not even a continuation of the story where it stopped. It is much more to do with making a horror film under that brand rather than continuing the same story.
Okay, Ajay Devgan, he's very hot after Singham and all this film that he has been doing. So, can he be part of Bhoot 2? He's a lucrative process.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's about that. See, eventually casting is done by what the particular script and what is written. And Ajay Devgan in his today's image might be overcast for that, or maybe what he wants to do now. There could be so many variables. Bhoot 2 kind of film cannot be made keeping an actor in mind.
Arpan Prem, my question for RGV, after RGV Ki Aag, does he even think of making RGV Ke Idiots or RGV Ke Dabang kind of movies?
RGV, I really don't understand the question, because since I haven't made them.
Like he's saying that Sholay, when you did not make Sholay, but you said you made Gopal Varma Ke Aag.
See, I would rather make now RGV Ki Sholay. Since I made Sholay into RGV Ki Aag, then now I'll make RGV Ki Sholay.
RGV Ki Sholay.
Yeah. I don't know what it means. It sounds stupid, but you know.
Celeste Italy, she has sent me a lot of questions for you. In fact, I'll take one. Dear RGV, in your opinion, why haven't your films won yet an award as best film? I think except for Satya or best director.
Why haven't? I think they should ask the people who give the awards to start with. But I always maintain this, that the bottom line at the end of the day, I can't understand the concept of awards. An outside body which were not involved in the film, for them to understand who contributed what to a film. I'm not talking about myself, just on the general concept of awards. And an interesting thing, the year Satya Satya released, I think Godmother got the Best Picture Award, National Award, Vinay Shukla or someone. Then I think whoever's seen Satya and Godmother, any person, let them decide which is the best film.
And which is more remembered after so many years.
And after that decide what award means anything.
Okay, you mean to say that the political affiliations also count?
Not necessarily. I'm not saying that. 99% of the things in the world don't have logic. I don't think it's by intention. I think it's by just the chaotic design. And I don't have time to think about and concentrate on awards because I'm too busy making films.
Celeste Italy, one more. Dear RGV, reading many Indian directors' biographies, I've always wondered why so many engineers become filmmakers.
So there is a main reason for that is there are too many engineers. In the country, everybody does engineering, so obviously they'll be coming from that. So I don't think it's got anything to do with engineering as such and filmmaking, because these days everyone is doing BTech, so I guess it's coming from there, you know. You don't need to work so hard in the educational aspect of engineer compared to by doing medicine, for instance, you know. So engineers like me, we had more free time to bunk colleges and just be avaras, you know, without any, like bumps. So we tend to get into films all the time, watch films instead of going to college. So probably that results in more of us becoming directors.
Ryub 80, you hate God so passionately and perhaps the most fearless atheist on Twitter. Any plans on making a movie on godlessness?
See, to start with, I don't hate God. I don't care about God. That's what I meant. See, to hate someone and to love someone, I think it takes too much of energy, and which I don't want to give for those kind of stupidities. And I say don't care about God because God doesn't care about me, so I don't care about Him. So there's more another way of saying it. I ignore. But yes, I would definitely like to make a film on the concept of God in terms of why people would have invented something like God. I would love to make a film someday on that.
Darshan Purohit, finally, this is the last question. If you were not a filmmaker, what would be your profession apart from having a movie library?
I honestly believe if I were not a filmmaker, I would have died by now.
Acha?
Yeah, honestly
You're
believe
so
that.
passionate about filmmaking?
It's not about that. That's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I want to do. Anything else bores me. The fact that no one wants to live a boring life. So I think I would have died.
Finally, Mr. Varma, next year you already started department. You'll be making Bhoot 2 as well. Any other project apart from that?
No, right now nothing.
That's about it?
Yeah.
That was Gopal Varma talking about the entire controversies that have been doing the rounds as far as Not a Love Story is concerned. It's finally releasing on 19th August. Everything has been cleared. Already people who've seen the film, they have been saying appreciative things about the film. And he has also spoken about various other aspects that have been doing as far as life is concerned. He has also taken a few questions from what he does not like calling fans from people on Twitter, maybe we can say that. And he has answered their queries as tersely and as a matter of factly, as dispassionately as only Gopal Varma can. Thank you very much, sir. Lovely to have you on Bollywood Hungama. And all the best wishes for Not a Love Story and all your future ventures.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.